Hello, writers. Yes, I have this little chart out once again because guess what? This is kind of where we're living these days. We're living in fiction and nonfiction. Well, I shouldn't say fiction, nonfiction. We're living in nonfiction land. So we're writing about facts, what's real, what's true, and we're writing to inform lately. So today you're going to need your writer's notebook, a pencil, and you will just need your smart thinking brain because we're going to be working together to create a list. So I have this little slideshow. If we were in class, you'd be looking at this on the big screen. So you are authors. You've published books and they are part of our library alongside our other favorite authors. So the book that I'm thinking of is this book, and then the next one that I'm going to be giving to you very soon that's a true stories about your life. But they are stories, so we've written narrative. But there are other types of books you haven't added to our class library yet. Nonfiction writers write about topics that they are experts at. Sometimes writers choose a brand new topic and spend a long time getting to be an expert on that topic. But other times, nonfiction writers choose a topic on which they are already an expert. Then they can get started right away. What are some topics that would be great for your teacher, Mrs. Littlejohn, to write about? So I'm going to go ahead and hit the pause button right now, and I want you to think of some topics that you think I would be really good about writing. I appreciate all the ideas that you came up with. And so now we're going to pause and we're going to think about what are some topics that we know a lot about. So you might know a lot about Pokemon, you might know a lot about sports or animals. So what's something that you know a lot about? So just think for a moment right now and type into the chat something that you know a lot about. So it sounds like we have a lot of experts on a lot of different topics in here. So I don't think that you can see this very well right now. There we go. I zoomed in so you can see it. It says, things I know so much about that I can teach others. So today we're going to go ahead and get out our writer's notebooks. And do you remember at the beginning of our writing time together, we started writing idea lists for when we got stuck. So I'm going to go ahead and flip to a new page, and I'm going to write at the top. And this is what you're going to be doing today. I'm going to go ahead and write at the top, informational topics. And on, whoops, not topics, topics, CS. So on this list, I'm going to start coming up with things that I know a lot about. So it might be a certain animal. And so I know a lot about dogs. I love dogs. I know a lot about dance class. I know how to make soup, cookies, and cakes. I know how to make books, like journals. Let's see, I used to run a lot, so I know a lot about running, but I'm not going to write about that because that's not my passion anymore. So some hobbies that I have, well, my hobbies are making books and journals and dancing, and I've already written both those things on here. I know about being a mom. I know about being a teacher. I am good at playing Pokemon. In fact, I've taught a lot of students to play Pokemon. And I also know a lot about Disneyland. So these are all topics that I could write a lot about. I know a lot about them already. Some other things I know about. I know a lot about my family. I know a lot about Freddie, my dog. I know a lot about Red Robin. We've eaten there a lot before. So you can also pick places or things that you know a lot about. I know a lot about vegetarian food because I'm a vegetarian. That means I don't eat animals. Vegetarian food. So these are all things that I could write a lot about. Today, your job is to come up with at least 10 things that you know a lot about already that you could write about. It might be animals. It might be sports. It might be cooking or food. I know some kids like Mexican food. Some kids eat at McDonald's. It can be something that you make. It can be a hobby or collection. It can be something that's just an everyday thing, like playing outside. Riding a bike. Going for a hike. Simple things like that. You can write about a game that you're really good at, like Roblox, Minecraft. You might be really good at Monopoly or the game of life. Or there might be a place that you know a lot about. So when you're finished making your list today, I want you to take a picture of your list and send it to me. See you next time, friends.